Greetings, people of Earth. Satellite dish.
Hello, this is Uncle Jim. Yesterday we shot Mr. Snubs, had some sporadic bulk pack ammo, so I want to chronograph the same ammo today so we can see how far off the numbers are. And every once in a while I'd get a sonic crack at my elevation, and we'll note those numbers and see how bad it is. The Federal was the worst, that particular box. So I want to talk about a few things in this video. One of them is bolts on different various blowback 22s. And I want to talk about this. Now, I did a video on this. I was cleaning a revolver. And I got to throw this in there. So these are Viva cloth towels. So they're paper towels in the paper towel section. And when they're on sale, they're the same price as cheap paper towels, except for their cloth. And they come really very handy for cleaning up guns. And you'll see it's kind of stretchy. It's like a cloth. It's softer than paper. Now, I wouldn't wipe down a high-polished blue gun or nickel gun with it, but as far as this kind of stuff, this is perfect for that. So, quite a while ago, my wife brings home a whole thing of these regular paper towels. I'm in the kitchen, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is cloth. It holds up longer. It's better. It feels good. So I took the whole case of them and hid them in my reloading room and said, dear, we're out of paper towels. So there's a tip. They're called Viva Signature Cloth. I'll show a little picture of it right here. So look out for those. When shopping for paper towels, get these for just cleaning up stuff. So, all right. This is Mr. Snubs after yesterday's shooting, and you can see we have a suppressed 22, which can be very dirty, but that's nothing. And the reason this one's so reliable is it's rigid. So you have your rails, it rides on down here, your recoil spring here. Okay? Now, I was looking around after that video because people might be interested. What is new and hot on 22 uppers, like for an AR? And I really didn't find that much. Bear Creek Arsenal seems to be a jam-o-matic. And I think part of it is they're kind of doing this kind of thing here. So you don't have those support bars, and it's relying on the receiver to go in and out. This is from a SIG 522 that takes the same magazines as Mr. Snubs. It looks like, and it's dirty. It kind of looks like a scar with a folder. And then I put a button on here for a laser, built-in laser at the nose here. It's a good shooter. I don't know if they make those anymore. As a matter of fact, mine was the very early ones, and sometimes this horseshoe clip would pop out. So they made a upgraded bolt version where that won't pop out. And the funny thing is, mine's never popped out. But I had a friend, Ron. I talked about him earlier. He's a Marine vet from World War II. After he shot mine, he wanted one, and he got one, and this would fly out, and then you'd lose the pin when you opened the gun, for cleaning. But this one never has, so I just ordered extra. I went to the hardware store, got little clips, but nothing's ever happened with mine. And I never bothered to call SIG because they would have sent them free. But anyway, Bear Creek uses something like this, and you can see, you know, you don't have that rigidness. However, they did it right. Their receiver is tight to the fore and aft here. And you can see it's very dirty. It's got a nice extractor on it. So this is the Tactical Solutions. It's got a built-in buffer, and you can slide this out and take it apart. You can take it completely apart if you need to, but I just wipe it down, lube where it slides. That's it. I've never to this day taken the extractor out, which looks just like a 1022 almost, and so it's very low maintenance and super reliable. Now this SIG is super reliable too. I need to clean that and put a scope back on that. And that's a fun full-size shooter to practice. All right, so I wanted to cover these cloth towels because they're so nice. I mean, you can. I have shop towels right now, right next to me, a box of them. They were on sale, and these are way cheaper, and they don't tear up that easy, and you can just wipe stuff down. So there's that tip. So after this, we're going to chronograph some wacky ammo, and that's what this video is about. But now I had to get onto something else and do some rambling. So I just wanted to give it a quick wipe down and see what it looked like after yesterday. We shot a lot more ammo than we showed in the video, and I guess that's it. So we'll go on to that. And these are super easy to clean. You just shove this in there, wipe her down, take a brush right here on the face of the barrel. Now the reason this thing is so reliable versus the other kits is this has a ramp on the barrel. And I wish they still made these. It looks like they have like this sleeve that went over a barrel, and that's how they made them. If we could get this, we could convert any really nice match barrel over. And, someone on a lathe could do that, and it'd be awesome. But that's the best bolt I've ever used as far as an aftermarket. So you can slide it out for cleaning, take it apart. Why did they stop making that? I think it was just profit. They weren't making as much, so now they just do 1022s. All right, so here's the inside. Now, usually suppressed, this will get all caked up in there. And that's why I like, hammer triggers that aren't in one packet, because then you'd have to take that apart full of grit. This is easier to clean, and it's not very dirty. Very surprised. 22 is very dirty shooting suppressed. We use my old Element can. This is 12 years old or so. Today's cans are a little easier to take apart. This one's kind of a pain pushing the baffles out, but it's still just as quiet as any modern can for a pistol. And it's small. You can see how tiny that is. Stainless steel guts. I just throw it in the tumbler. All right, so let's go. Oh, no, I got another thing I want to talk about. Well, two more things. Rambling. The AR kits, where you just buy the bolt, the magazine, stick it in your regular AR. Those are okay, but you have a 1 in 7 twist or whatever, and a 22 should be 1 in 16 twist. So talk about a planker. Those would be plankers. And also you get 22 in your gas tube. You got to think about that. Dirty, filthy. So you got to clean that out. It's just a pain. You're better off getting a dedicated upper. Throw it on there. Boom. Change your magazines. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is the red dot. We tried this for the first time. My son got himself one and me one for Christmas. They were super cheap, and he bought it because of the Fox. He thought it'd be a good joke for Foxtrot mics. And for a cheapo dot, there's a lot of things I really like about this. This one's mine. You can see the mount is different. Okay. They come with both sides, flush and 1/3 co-witness. What I love about this is push button. And unlike all the others, this doesn't have caps for your adjustments. And I really like that. So you have an O-ring in here. It's water resistant. And a dime. You just need a dime. So it's got shake awake. Both of these work exactly like it says in the manual. So much time they shut off. We tested it a bunch of times. And so yesterday was first time trying one of these, and it held 0 perfectly. The dot is good. And around here with cheap dots, brightness is always a problem. We get blinding sun, and these have plenty of brightness settings. And you just hit the button and hold it there to turn it off if you want to. Hit the button and it'll go on where it was last time. And I really like it. It's a little bulky up here, but then again, you don't have big knobs, so it's pretty sleek. What I found out yesterday was the clicks. Now, if I do it in here with a screwdriver, I can feel these minute little clicks. However, out there with the dime, I couldn't feel nothing. It's just mushy feeling. But you have nice reference marks for everything. And what I found out was it's a 1/2 MOA, that's probably at 100 yards, adjustment. I was clicking that thing. I was like, come on, move over. We're this close. And it took a lot more clicks. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going at these big markings here or the fine, minute ones. But it doesn't matter. You said it once and you forget it pretty much. So didn't like, the mushiness. The window, the picture is a little smaller than, say, Holosun or something. But that's okay. It just keeps you centered easier. Brightness is excellent. Battery life is really good. And then you have your shake awake. So thought I'd report on that. Another thing I like about it is you have the up, down, and right and left right there where you're looking. And you're not trying to see with magnifying glass which way does it go. Boom. I like how they did that. And I like the no caps. You don't have to take caps off. You won't lose any caps, other than the battery right here. Good mounts. Very nice mounts. It's got a locking lug. So there's that. It's worth the $40 or whatever he paid for them. They were really cheap. That's why I got two. All right, let's go to the attended video, and we'll chronograph some weird bulk pack that's all over the place. Okay, so I'm at 7,000 feet, so I get a lot more feet per second than most of you guys, and even with the short barrel, with the inconsistent bulk pack, I would get a sonic crack now and then. This was the worst, and I hope it's just this lot, because I have a lot of these red boxes, and I'm going to crack open a new box of the blue box, and this was more consistent as far as sonic cracks. It would try and sonic crack. And so I'm going to do 8-shot strings of each. So we'll start with this, go to this, and then go to this. These are around 2008, and they were $10 a brick at the time, but they gypped us here because you only get 525 rounds versus 550. So, anyway, we'll see what the blue does. So that'll be the second string. And then we'll go to this, which seemed to be more consistent yesterday. and we'll see what happens. Okay, after review, it looks like I was going too fast for the cat. Cat! Alright, so here's something funny. Last video, we knocked the swinger sideways, so it's totally sideways. And I'm using that area as a reference so I don't hit the chronograph. I'm shooting offhand by the garage. And it's exactly 62 yards. I just checked it with the rangefinder. And I figured out on string 2 and 3, you might hear me hitting the swinger. Well, I'm hitting the very edge of the swinger. So I don't know how thick those are, 3/8, whatever. But I'm hitting the edge of the swinger with a red dot. Just shooting fast. I love this gun. Anyway. So, shooting it, to my ears, I couldn't see what the chronograph numbers were. I thought the blue box was the most consistent. It sounded the best, everything. Now, here's what's weird. These are both bulk backs. The red box was a higher feet per second, like I suspected, and it averaged 1090 and a standard D of 16. The blue box, which I thought was the most premium out of these three, listening to it, averaged 1043. That's right about where I want to be. I had a duplicate and standard, but the standard D was 17, even with the dupe. The Winchester 333 was averaging 1059 and standard D of 16. So I'll show you a close-up of this that you can just, pause and we'll do that. But I don't normally chronograph 22 ammo, but I found this interesting, especially the same brand having a lower feet per second with the blue box. Now, I wish I had more of these blue boxes. I don't. I only have a couple, and I got a ton of these. So I'm going to have to crack open one of these and compare it to that, because it's a little higher velocity at my altitude for what I want to do with this. However, we have lots of other ammo to try. And of course, CCI anything is more consistent. And this thing is stupid quiet with standard velocity. All right, I hope you found that interesting. Until next time, I'll do a close-up here. And thanks for watching.